Hi, welcome to Life Strategies with Nat for the female entrepreneur. How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday, regular time, 6:30 Spanish time, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Canada at the moment. Just celebrated Canada Day yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Had a wonderful weekend. Hope everyone had a chance to do the same. Let me know if you are able to join live. Amazing, because I have a super special training for you today. It's episode 25. I can't even believe it. The CEO's path to clarity. So this is going to be very juicy. I don't know if you've been following me. I've kind of been alluding to the fact that I've been working on a new training, a new mini training. And this is one of the key components because it's something that I find a lot of people miss. It's a fundamental concept to when you are building out a business. I see a lot of people build out the business, but not actually being clear. Hey, Sakshi, sorry. Hey, John, not being really clear in terms of where they're at and where they want to go. And so what I find is a lot of people will, start this journey, but they'll end up being more overwhelmed, being more confused, being more lost than they actually started off with, which I know is not anyone's intention. When you start a business, you're like, I want to create a life of freedom. I mean, you all know why you created your businesses and why you went that route, but it's something that we have to get really clear on. We have to make the time for it, and that's why planning and strategy is so key to life in general. So, how did everyone enjoy their Canada Day yesterday? I'm just curious. Let me know. And also, as you're logging in, give me a hello. Say that you're here. And if you're watching on replay, give me a hashtag replay so that I can say hello after the fact. I'd like to be really interactive. So if you have questions as I'm going through this, grab a pen and a paper. And this isn't the whole training that I'm putting together, but it's going to be a nice introduction. And it's going to be something... I wanted to give you guys something that you can actually start to implement today. So, let me see. Where was I? Okay, so CEO's path to clarity. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Natalia, aka Nat. I'm a life strategist and a wellness coach and an MBA and CPA. Sorry, that's my phone going off, which I should have turned off. Beauties of lives. Hey, Krista. But we're here every week helping you get really clear on what you want, helping you get healthy from the inside out, and really helping you fall back in love with your life and your business. Because life's too short for anything else. To live, to try to create a business just to be more overwhelmed and more stressed, that's not what we want. So what we're going to do, I'm going to break this out into 4 components, okay? So, like I said, if you don't have a pen and paper, grab one. And, the other reason I think a lot of people miss this part is because you get excited. We get excited. We have an idea. We start working on it. We start doing it. And all of a sudden, we take a step back and we're like, oh, I didn't actually take into account the bigger picture of what I'm going for. So the first question, and I'm going to actually frame it like your GPS. So when you are going somewhere and you're using your GPS, you enter a starting point and you enter an end point. What I want to talk to you about is the starting point. So the starting point is where you are at right now. So this is the first question you want to ask yourself. And you want to be extremely honest. This is key. So where are you at currently? What is your current status? If you're telling me business is good, what does that really mean? Does that mean I don't have enough clients coming in and I need to get more clients so that I can make my mortgage payments? Is that, I'm in this roller coaster. I'm up and down emotionally. Like, some days, some weeks I'm on a high, everything's going great. Some weeks I'm low. So I really need more balance in my life. Like, be super honest, because this starting point is going to level set where you need to go next. So take some time to really brainstorm where you're at currently, super, super honestly. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second part is the end point. So, Stephen Covey talks about this in his 7 Habits of highly effective people. And it's habit number 2, actually. So start with the end in mind. And I actually didn't really, I've read this book a few times now over the course of my last few years or whatever. But when I was really looking at this, when I was learning about this tool and this clarity piece, hey Jackie, this is what I had to go back to, because it kind of really ticked for me. Like, it really made sense. Start with the end in mind. Okay, so what am I really asking you here? If I were to ask you, okay, take yourself out of today and put yourself a year from now. If you were to look back from that point, what does the best year of your life look like? I'm going to say this again, because we live in a very high-paced society. It's our world. Like, everything is like, go, 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 information overload, everything. But what we want to do is, if you take yourself out of today, plop yourself a year from now and look back, what does the best year of your life look like? I used to hate this question when it was posed to me. Like, when people ask you, where do you see yourself in a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Oh my God, I used to hate that question, because I'm like, I don't know. That is not being in the CEO position of your life and business team. It's not acceptable. You can't not know where you're going anymore. You need to have I'm not saying you have to have every single thing figured out. That's not what I'm saying, because you gotta keep it spontaneous. Life happens. Things are gonna come up, trust me. But you need to have a bit of a roadmap. And so that when people ask you that question, you're like, this is where I'm going to be. This is how much I'm going to make. You have milestones. You have things that you're going for. And, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes just to make sure I don't forget anything. But, the roadmap is there so that you can be flexible, so that you can take things as they come, because life is unexpected. Life is crazy, as you know. But it doesn't mean that we have to be unclear about it. It's like having a crystal ball, but it's your crystal ball, and you're the one that can see it clear as day. Excuse me, clear as day. And it's going to change with you as you change, but you have to have that roadmap. So ask yourself that question. If I was a year from now, looking back, what would the best year of my life look like? And I'll finish this with, vision pulls you, motivation pushes you, but it's self-discipline that is an act of self-love. So when you learn to love yourself, which is what I'm always talking about, putting yourself first, loving yourself first, taking care of yourself first, not to be selfish, but to be your best self, so that you can serve everybody else that you want to. so that you can be there for your kids in the best possible ways, so that you can be there for your friends, your family, but you have to be there for you first, because without you, I mean, come on now, can't be without you. The other thing I want to say about this is, I'm not sure if you've heard of this. Tony Robbins talks about this a lot, and so do a lot of other life coaches, but it's the reticular activating system, or otherwise known as RAS. So this is when your subconscious is really filtering out things that are going to serve you. So what do I mean by that? Let's take an example. You know, when you're going to buy a car, let's say you're going to go buy your Audi. That was my dream car. Bought it. But anyway, that was a grad gift to self. But so you want an Audi. Suddenly, you start noticing there's so many other Audis around you. This is your reticular activating system. It's actually filtering your environment, your what's the word I'm looking for? Like your stimuli, your stimulus, everything's a stimulus. And it's filtering out what you need. So it's saying, oh, Nat wants a car. She wants an Audi. So I'm going to show her more of that. Think about that. So when you have your, roadmap, you're going to start noticing things that are aligned to your roadmap, that are actually what you want. And that's why vision, clarity, that's why I talk about this all the time. So, okay, I could go on this forever. You probably tell I'm a bit passionate. Okay, so the third thing, what's the point? So why are you doing any of this? Why does any of this even matter to you? Why are these goals important to you? Why do you want 1 million in sales next year? Why do you want more time with your family? Why do you want to make an impact? All of these things, you have to have this deep reason why. And I'll tell you, you're here for a reason. I don't know what that reason is, but you do. And you got to get out of your head and into your heart. And because when you want something bad enough, you will do anything. You will pay anything. You will do whatever you need to do to get there. And that's the mindset you have to get to. If you want to make it, if you want to be in the CEO position of your life and your business, you need to own it. And you need to be certain. Certainty is the key to progress. It's the key to momentum. If you don't have certainty, you have doubt. And doubt is not a good look. It's not a good thing. It's not a good place to be, because imposter syndrome lives there. We start doubting ourselves. We start thinking we're not good enough. We start all sorts of things. And we don't need that. That doesn't serve us. It doesn't help us make the impact that we want to make. And so the last part that I'm going to touch on here is the tipping point. Like, what are you missing? What are the capabilities? Now that you know where you're at, where you're going, and what it's all for, why, your big why, it's time to get honest now about what's missing. What are your gaps? Is it like, do you need a new marketing team? Do you need a CFO? Do you need a personal trainer? Do you need a coach? Do you need to go back and learn something? Like, there's so many different things here. But you need to be clear in terms of what are the capabilities that you need to execute, to make your year goals, whatever you said was like your best year. What do you need to do to make that happen? Who do you need to bring on board? What do you need to do? Only you have all the answers. I'm a firm believer of that. Everyone has all the answers within. It's just about asking the right questions. And I'm hoping that these questions have given you something that you can implement immediately, that can give you that clarity and that can get you back into the CEO position of your life and your business. It's about getting real about you and what you want and what you need and why you're doing it. Why is such a big thing. And that's so just to recap the 4 questions. So the 4 questions for you to step back into the CEO position of your life and get on that path to clarity. Where are you at currently? Honest, no BS, no sugarcoating. Where are you going? If you were to put yourself a year from now and look back, what does the best year of your life look like? Third is, what's the point? What's your why? You got to have a why. And the last part is, what capabilities are you missing? What do you need to get there? Who might you need to bring on board? So that's that. That was a really quick introduction. The training is definitely a lot more full. There's workbooks, and that's going to be released in a few weeks. So if you want your hands on it, stay on the lookout. But if you want, you can even comment, yes, I'm in, or something like that on this video, and I'll be sure to send you the link to the training if you're interested in getting it. The other thing I wanted to end off with is, if you haven't joined my group, Life Strategies with Nat, I'd love to invite you there, because I will bring in a lot of these life strategies into that group, and it's a safe group for everybody to really hold yourself accountable, to learn, to ask questions. Like, that group is really for you guys, and I just wanted to give you as much value as I can. So I'll put a link below, and you can certainly join. Would love to have you there. We are just over 150 strong, so I'd love to grow that group, and really make it something valuable for you guys to learn what you need to do to really fall back in love with your life and really fall back in love with your business, if you've let it sort of get out of control, or if you've let it kind of lead you a little bit, like more than you wanted to. Anyway, it's been so great, and I hope you have a great day. And for those of you in the States, happy Independence Day on the 4th. Talk to you soon. Bye.